So network is pretty bad. But if I'm audible, just type yes in the comment section. Let's see if I'm clear enough. If I'm audible enough, just type yes in the comment section. If I'm clear, you're seeing my screen, everything is clear. Type yes, this start real quick. All right, so back to what we yes, I don't know. This very it's pretty bad. So let's go back. I said in our last class we talked on liquidity. So today our scheme of work is top-down analysis and key levels, higher time frame key levels. Our topic is top-down analysis, how to do a top-down analysis. You want to analyze a pair, you have to go from the higher time frame all the way down to the lower time frame. You want to be able to do what? Apply key levels. You also want to know what? You also want to have your premium and discount levels also, right? So I'll practically do some 3 examples on 3 pairs. You get, then you're done. I'll show you how I personally do my top analysis. You get, I believe everyone here knows what top analysis is. You get, you want to do something before you're analyzing any pair, before you want to go to the lower time frame. You want to do what? You want to know the bias. You want to know the directional bias of what? The higher time frame. Right. So now let's start with V75s. Now you guys were on the free group when I called V75 is longs. All right. Called V75 is long. Hold on, let me try rectify all this. Network is dragging me. If you can hear me, just am I audible? Am I audible? I think I should be clear now. Uh, my internet connection is unstable. All right, so let's start. I hope the class is still recorded. Okay. Let's start with V75s. So you want to look at what? You want to look at the higher time frame. I want to have a view of what the higher time frame is doing and all of that. So let's go to V75s. Now, you want to know anytime you're doing a top-down analysis, You want to first know what? You want to know the directional bias. That's one thing you should know. After knowing the directional bias of the market, what else do you want to know? You want to know key levels on the higher time frame. So let's do a practical on B75S, right? How to do a top analysis. Now, if you check V75S, you see that V75S has been bullish, right? If you want to read market structure, this is what we have on V75S, right? Half price giving us this, came down all the way here, took out liquidity somewhere around here. Then we reacted from some POI. You get your advanced market structure. Then it's gaining up by momentum to the upside. All right. So you want to do what? You want to know, okay, where is price heading to? Before knowing where price is heading to, you want to ask yourself, where is price coming from and where is price going to? Now I want to mark out recent swing highs and swing lows. Now for V75s, I will mark this out as my swing high and I will have this as what? My swing low. Right? Why is that my swing low and swing high? Because this is where price broke structure to the upside. So we have this as what? A break of structure. Right. Now in our liquidity class, what did I tell you guys? I told you guys that in every swing high and swing low, price will do what? Definitely take out the two. You might take out one now, and the next one definitely likely in the next future to come. Right. So you want to do what? You want to know, okay, where is V75S reacting from? This place now. This place. Where is it reacting from? Right. So you want to mark this out. You want to know what's so special about here that price came all the way down here and bottom. You get and bottom. So let's now you understand that price is what? Price is bullish. You get price is still bullish. Price the target for V75S should be this next high. Has taken out this swing low. So it should come take out what? This next high. This is the next liquidity pool on V75S, right? And let's go down to the 4-hour candle. You want to go down to the 4-hour. You want to check what the 4 hours is doing. Now you know that you're doing what? You're doing a top-down analysis, right? So you want to come check the 4 hours, what the 4 hours is doing. Now if you check here, I think, okay, this was where we're supposed to mark. I had this other block here, okay, and some structural liquidity there. So we have this as what? A structural liquidity. Then we have that as what? Another block there. But let's see what price did. Price came all the way, took out what? Expected what? That other block. Can you guys see that? So now I want to go out with this client. You're seeing that I have marked out where price is coming from first. You get what I've done is I've marked out where price is coming from. So I know that price is coming from what this other block. Then we have this liquidity under it, right? But in this case, there is no sweep of liquidity at all. You get maybe there might be a sweep of liquidity on the lower time frame, which the rate will not allow us to go all the way down there. You get please if you have any question, endeavor to drop it on the comment section, right? So I mark out this other block here with what that has a liquidity. So you see that price the what price came all the way here. Respected, you gave us what? A morning star and bought all the way up. So you now know that you are definitely what? You're definitely bullish on what? V75s. So now you know that anything you're looking out for on the lower time frame, you're looking out for what? Buys. You know that any short sell on the lower time frame is just for the temporary time. You get just for the temporary time. You're looking out for what? You're looking out for buys. So now you see that you're spotted out first. You know where price is coming from, and you knew where price is what heading to. Now, if you check V75s, you see that in our structure class, I talked about talk about a breaker block kind of model. You get now you can see here that price came all the way down here, reacted from this breaker block, and you see that the breaker block has what? A liquidity, an inducement here. So price comes, take out the liquidity and reacts from what? The breaker block. Then we have what? We have this buy continuation to the upside. Right? So we have this buy continuation to the upside, and I think the target should be somewhere around here. So which means that V75S is still doing what? Still pushing to the upside. But thereafter, After knowing what? After knowing your directional bias, you want to go what? You want to go to recent structure that have happened. Now, if you see V75 is, this has been breaking structures to the upside. You have this break of structure. First has just been breaking structure to the upside. Before it came, reacted from what? The breaker block model. And it's still what? It's still pushing up to the upside. So you want to go down again to like the one look at things clearer. You get, let's see what we have on V75s. Now, if you check V75s, you now check, okay, you're still doing what? You're still looking out for what? Buy opportunities. Right. So we have this structural liquidity here. Am I right? Now let me delete this box. Now I know that this box was from what? From a breaker block. Price reacted from me and bought up from this breaker block, right? Now I'll delete this box right now. So now let's check. Do we have a sweep of liquidity there? Definitely, we have what? A sweep of liquidity there. So in this case, you can just mark out what? Your QMR. You mark out your QMR. You see that we have what? We have our structural liquidity intact. Then we have what? We have our protected low. You see what the price did? Price still came all the way down here, but all the way up. But now price did not reach its target. Now the buy for this was supposed to be somewhere around here. I think this is the one I sent to the free channel last week. The buy for this was normally if you're swinging the buy, the target was your normal C. You get, but at least this buy alone should give you what? A good RR for you to close. You get, because you know that at this point we still have what? We still have a breaker block kind of something here. A price reacted from. So at least it would have been ideal to take what? You take profit from such levels. Once you see such levels in your market, these are what reacts in price reversals, right? The breaker block, someone can actually decide to take the sell. After all, it's a good sell. Someone can actually, now this is when you're now counter trading, you know that this risk you're taking is, you know that is a high risk, but you know what you're doing. Then you can maybe take your profit at any point where you can, right? Because what you know that you know what you're doing. You understand? Still the breaker block. So take the breaker block and mitigation block very serious. But that by the side, you want to do what? You want to look out for buy. So you saw how I spotted what? I spotted our model on the lower time frame. Just knowing what? Knowing our directional bias on what? The daily time frame. Right. So now we have this buy there. So now I want to go, let's go down to the 30 minutes. Let's check if we'll see anything. Yep. Network is dulling us. Network. Oh, this thing is freezing. If you can see me, just type yes. Let me know if you're still hearing me.